I'm with the very happy and the very proud lady of Granada Park. JaneHearn has bought some beautiful yearlings in. Jane, tell us a bit about your shipment.
We got a really nice draft this year.
Yep.
We're probably one of the most consistent drafts that we've had for a while. They're all homebred. I work for Helen Head at Granada Park, and then we breed for ourselves as Dunrome and Standardbreds also. So we've got three of ours and whatever the remaining is, six of Helen's.
Righto, no, that's all good. Now tell me, you're known as someone that educates the yearlings as well as preparing them as well as feeding them. Tell us a little bit about your special program that the people at home might get some tips from.
We're probably like a lot of the studs where we have the foals, we foal them down on farm, and so we have control of the horses right from the start. So we take a little bit more time in the weaning process, and as weaners we bring them through a small version of the yearling preparation, and it just means then for us at the time when we're prepping yearlings, we're also fairly well committed with breeding horses, and so it takes a little bit of the pressure out of educating horses at the time when we're time poor. We feed as we take them off the mares. We try to do. You want the weaning process to build confidence and trust. So a lot of the work that we do is basic education. You want them to tie up and lead well, have their legs handled, and so that they're good little horses, nice little horses to work with once they get bigger and into the yearling prep.
Righto, you sold me on what you do. Now, listen, this shipment of yearlings you brought in, right? Who's your fave?
Oh, now it's a really hard question because what do you want to buy? We've got. It's always a really hard question because we've got top-end horses that we got a lovely Sunbeach Somewhere colt out of an All-American mare. He's only the second live foal. The only other foal was Fast Flyer, who was bitten by a snake as a 2-year-old. So he's it, and he's a lovely colt. He's a little bit quirky, and the Sunbeachers can be a little that way, but he's really trusting and a lovely willing horse, and the more we do with him, the more I like him. The big Roll with Joe of ours is an impressive colt. He's got a lovely big stride. He eats everything. He's just a pleasure to have in the stable. So it's really hard. You know, there's all ends of the market. If you want an up and going 2-year-old and one that's neat and ready to go, the Blissful Hall of ours is a ripper. Helen's got a Courage Under Fire out of Star Chaser. She's been a sensational mare. She's probably heading toward the end of her breeding life. We've embryo transferred her this year, and hopefully we keep her together in the paddock and look after her. But she's been a sensational mare, and I think the nice thing is that with working for Helen, she needs no introduction. She's got beautiful horses, and it's always nice working with good horses. And it's nice to see the generations come through. We're starting to see the younger daughters now step into the breeding barn, and so it's pretty exciting for the future.
Righto. Now I'll let you take wind. Now the new sales catalogue's pretty amazing, we think. How do you view the quality overall of this sale, and do you think it'll be our best sale ever?
Oh, absolutely. I think each year it gets stronger, and I think the market's dictated that we don't see. You have to be professional now. The market's smaller, and you have to present a professional draft. They need to be well prepared, they need to be well handled, and they need to be raised right. So I think we've got a really strong catalogue here, and it'll be really interesting tomorrow.
Jane, please tell us about this first lot 22, the Roll with Joe colt. I'm very excited about his progeny this year.
Yeah, he should be really exciting. They're just starting to step out now. We really like this colt. He's a great eater in the barn. He's really good to handle. Lovely temperament. He's very steady. He comes out and does his work day in, day out, and he's an honest sort of a character. He's lovely big stride, and he's a nice forward horse. And for a big horse, he's a fairly tight, early type. So we're really excited about him. I think he's going to be a nice colt.
So the exciting owner of this colt by this time tomorrow could have themselves a colt that they can get and race as a 2-year-old, do you think?
We'd think so, yeah. Like he's still got a fair bit of frame to fill into, but joint-wise he's nice and clean, and yeah, I think he's a good chance of making a 2-year-old.
Now, Jane, everybody raves on about the stallions, but this particular colt's from a very good dam family. Tell us a little bit about the family, where this colt's come from.
She is a nice mare. She was a nice mare herself on the track. We sold Holly's Miss Molly at a long time ago, and she's been a terrific horse for their. They bought her out of the Alabar sale, and she certainly didn't make a lot of money at the time. So they bought a terrific horse in her, and she's been sensational. We've got she's a little bit interesting in that she threw the trotter as well, Death Defying. He was a big colt, and a life sign. This one's all pacing. He free legs in the paddock and on the lead walking him, so I don't think we've got any much chance of getting a trotter out of her this year, but no, she's been a really good mare.
Yeah, well, he's a stunning looking animal, so let's put him back, and now we're going to bring out your next lot. Jane, lot 94, a big smile on your face came as soon as this lot started walking for us. Why is this fella so special?
Oh, he's a lovely little colt, this one. He's a little pacing machine. We went to this stallion, he's a terrific stallion, Courage Under Fire. We went to the stallion, she's an older mare now, and she's been a sensational mare. She's one of Helen's personal favourites, and for good reason. We went to Courage to give her a little bit of early maturity. Given that she's an older mare, we wanted to see something that would be a little bit more forward as a younger horse, and we've been really pleased with him. He's probably he's done extremely well in the barn as he came in for yearling prep, and I think he'll do better over the next couple of months. You know, by the time he's gone through a breaking in process, I think he'll be a really nice horse. So lovely temperament, and he's a little bit smart. You know, like he's not a fool's horse, and he's a really nice little colt.
Right, well, enough about giving Alabar free plugs about the stallion, Jane. Tell me about the mare line, because this family here, she's a smashing mare. She might be a 93 mare, but wow, what a job she's done.
They don't get much better than that. Like she's sensational, and she's one that just goes in foal every year. You know, like so you get a foal out of her every year. She just keeps backing up. She was a terrific horse herself. Huey Cathell's raced her, and probably. The pressure was always on to get an early result. He had a short lease on the horse, and I think as a racehorse herself in her own right, I think she probably would have been a better horse than perhaps her record shows had he had a little bit longer with her. They can be a little bit slower to come in, like they're not, like some of them take Astronaut. I think, he took a little work to get him going, but, he's just been a good horse on the track, and she doesn't miss. I think everything out of her has been a nice horse.